So we are. JT is your daddy.
That's my dad. Yeah, we came to conclusion that respectfully,
You know, I work in child support. I can help y'all out with that if y'all need some help with that.
that's my money and I
Would
want
you
it
say you
now.
get jealous because he ain't paid no child support.
Yeah,
He won't.
man. I was feeling some kind of way, man. I was feeling so what you want the cowbell? More cowbell.
I got a fever for cowbell.
More cowbell.
More cowbell. I got a fever.
It took my instrument, man.
Well, anyway, good morning, Devo. I know you tired, man.
Good morning, man. Yes, Lord.
Man, I know you tired. I drove by here. I saw you were doing what's that? Hustle and Grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Saturday
that.
morning.
Then me and Frankie, we drove by Blues Fest on Saturday, and I was going, "Oh man, that's right, Devo out there, man." To 10 o'clock almost, right?
Yeah, Debo was
Yeah.
out there getting it
Finish up
in.
at 10 every night.
Hey, but brother, loan me like $5, man. All that bread you made this weekend.
So the next time I see you, huh?
Yeah.
No, man. That was totally charity, man. Everything was free and open to the public.
It was free, huh?
Yeah, we donated everything.
To my you supposed to donate it to A&J Liquor, which will come to me because since Papa ain't paid child support.
Rhonda said, "Are you going out to see Tiffany?" I said, "Nope, because they're gonna put me to work."
Yeah, pretty much.
They put you to work, man.
We didn't put nobody to work.
Y'all called me up. It's like going to Homer's birthday party for the kids, man. They're gonna put you to work.
Yeah, Doc, you gonna be putting the
They'll
wheel on or
put you
something.
to work, man. So anyway,
Ain't like I was going to ask you to put together a bicycle or nothing. Keith, tell the truth. You ever put stuff together and always have extra screws?
oh man, I told y'all about that ghetto radio flyer I did for my god kids. That radio flyer wheels are all crooked. I had the handle on backwards. Do you know they love that wagon? They be all up and down the street with that little ghetto wobbly. Yeah, every time.
Man, I got a cousin, man, that work on vehicles. You bring it to a one-way. When he done, it'll be screws and all type of stuff. You'd be like, oh, you don't need
You didn't
that.
need that anyway.
What? It came with the car, man. Put it back on.
Hey, Sop. That's your nickname, Sop. There's a guy I went to school with. We used to call him Sop, but we short for Aesop because he always had a story.
Hey, Doc, I got a whole
Let me
depot.
get this straight. And when you was talking about that Sebring,
Oh, my
when
God.
me and Rhonda first started dating, Rhonda took me home to meet her family.
Oh,
This is like maybe it was the second time I've been to Miami. I went to Miami on work,
yeah.
but so
Yeah.
I got this bright idea. Let's get a Mustang
Oh,
convertible.
my God.
Oh,
You said Mustang, though.
yeah,
Your mine was
but
a Sebring.
Sebring was another one we got, but it was convertible, right? That was the worst idea. Now, everybody talk about you down in Florida and you have the top off. No, you don't. No, you do not.
At night.
At night, maybe, but it's hot, man, and that sun is beating down. We drove in a convertible. We drove from Miami to Key West. It was October.
Oh.
And it wasn't hot, but I still got sunburned.
Oh, yeah, because the sun.
That sun was
yeah.
so intense, man. So never again. And
Doc,
I thought it was so cool, man. Would you go, oh, dude, going to Miami? Then you do beach drive. Yeah, man. Man, that's and then her family's looking at us like, what y'all thinking?
I would rather have the sun than to be in a suit on your way to church and it start raining.
Okay.
Doc.
We're in Orlando.
On the freeway.
On the freeway, dude.
And Rhonda's nephew is graduating from high school.
Yeah.
Oh, I picked the wrong day to wear linen. Dude, it rained like you wouldn't believe this downpour. When it's just, man, it's like that cloud was about 8 feet from the ground.
Swear, I know what
Dude, I'm all wet. And now, linen wrinkles.
Yeah.
You say smell like mildew. You
Dude,
have some wool on.
Dude, no, it was like when the inside carpet get wet
I'm surprised you didn't short anything out in the car.
It did. That TV stopped working. I had to ride. It was a long ride. It was a long ride back home with nothing. I'm riding wet with no music, no nothing.
Oh,
yeah, it was terrible. I'd never do that.
Every time I try to be cool, it always backfires, man. You just can't pull it off, man. You know, because you got those things you don't control, like weather.
Man, I swear.
Like weather. One time, man, we used to have a summer lunch program down at the church. In the summer. I come home from college. I don't know why that day, because in the morning it was like 50.
Yeah.
So I put on my little sweater.
Oh
man. Dude, I got off from work. I had all kind of second and third degree burns. All those hot clothes. Welcome to the program. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Papa.
Hey,
Papa.
You that boy's pappy?
I'm the pappy.
Excuse me, Mr. Man, right off. You know you fan for real.
Yeah, right.
I had to mess with Mr. Keith Parris. How you doing? Keith?
You know, I'm good. You know who I used to thought was my daddy?
Who was that?
Bill Taylor.
Oh, from Channel 4?
Oh, come on now. Come on now.
You do look like Bill Taylor.
Like Bill
You
Taylor.
too look like Bill Taylor.
When he shaved his head.
Oh, wow. Hey, as soon as you said it, I
I used to
pictured
see
him.
his daughter say, "Hey, sis, what's up?"
You look like Bill Taylor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I did.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I did. I look a little bit like Bill Taylor.
As soon as you said it, I
And my
pictured him.
daddy, you know, he allegedly died when I was 10, so Bill Taylor could have been my daddy. I didn't know.
You know.
You know, I'm just saying, but man, yeah, I'd be going like, man, Bill Taylor had to be my
Mr.
daddy.
Keith Parris,
Yes,
I
sir.
just want to say, was that you Saturday?
No.
When I was there to have some fun with my brother Alvin Turner and
sir.
Mr. Debo, I was looking for Mr. Jermaine Rideoff, but he thought I had my sniper rifle waiting for him.
Yeah, I got word from a little bird. He was looking for me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but then when I found out that Mr. Jermaine Rideoff is practically family, I had to back off of that.
Yeah, that's
But then with
crazy.
Keith, was you there?
No, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Because when I went by, go to Mr. Depot when he spoke to my brother Alvin Turner, I passed somebody that looked just like you.
Yeah, man. You know, if I was there, man.
And we shook hands. Shook hands.
No, well, then you know it was me, man. You met me. The first time I met JT, we had a WNOV resource fair at Park Lawn Church.
Yes, sir.
And I just got there, and Miss Robinson said, "Keith, your fan is here." And I still got the pictures in my phone. Me and
Wow.
JT. But yeah, for a long time I thought Bill Taylor was my dad. I didn't want to say anything, but you know, it was God, I cannot think of his daughter's name now. Love that woman to death. But and oh man, at his memorial service, I think it was his grandson or his son, virtuoso violinist, man.
Wow.
Oh my God. That was really, really good service. That was good. But man, really respect Bill Taylor. You know, I remember when he first got here, I think he worked here at WNOV. And
Yes, he did.
he went to Channel 4, and then we played together in the sickle cell anemia charity basketball game. That was Ernie G. All the media.
All that.
Yeah, and it was funny because Ernie used to say, "Key, shoot that jumper, mate. Shoot that jumper, mate."
Yeah, that's
You know, I was reluctant to shoot. No, man, shoot that jumper, mate. I was like, okay, all right, Ernie, if you tell me to put it up, I'm gonna put it up. And the last sickle cell anemia game I played in, dude, literally, it was 26 below zero wind chill, right? We played at North Division. We figured nobody's gonna show up. Do you know that gym was packed?
Really?
That gym was packed. It was cold, and there used to be a place back in the day called Club the Million over on North Avenue. I remember we went there for the after party. It was so cold, man. Our drinks were literally kind of frosted. That's how cold it was.
Wow.
My buddy had to come get me because my car didn't start to drop me off there, man. Yeah.
Wow.
But when we walked up in that gym, dude, it was packed. It was cool. I became a Nelly fan because Nelly coached us and Bob Lanier coached the other team. My team was Dick Garrett. I'm trying to think, was Oshie? Oshie could have been. I'm trying to know if, Oshie was with us because Oshie ended up coaching. Yeah, that was a great game. And it went down to the final seconds.
Wow.
I guess that's why I got offended when Marcus Johnson.
Hello.
Okay, anything else, JT, before I get? I know we're getting older listening to my story.
Yes, sir. Excuse me for butting in.
Okay,
But
yeah,
Mr.
it's my
Parris,
program.
I thought you were just Saturday. I saw you still. I thought maybe it was just an alien. But anyway,
was I with somebody?
One thing.
Was I with somebody?
It was Bill Taylor.
I beg your pardon?
Was I with somebody?
No.
Okay, cool.
But I want to say, Keith, I want to thank you because you're right. When we met at the back in the day, you introduced me to Mr. My Vietnam veteran that came before me, Mr. Al Holmes.
Al Holmes, that's
right. They called the coach.
That's right.
All right, Mr. Al Holmes. Keith, you introduced me to Mr. Al Holmes, sir, and that was an honor. And that's when I first saw you. But Keith, I know we have our differences and stuff like that, sir, but I thought I saw you Saturday.
No, and my twin just texted me, said it wasn't him either.
Got you.
All right, man.
Hey, sure. But anyway, Keith, keep doing what you're doing, sir. And I know we have our differences and stuff like that. We roll like that. But thank you for your show, sir, and keep up the good work.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, so anyway, in that sickle cell game, it came down. I got real offended when Marcus Johnson was talking about Joe Ingles is the best inbound passer. I didn't know that was a stat. But let me do this. Let me do my moment of glory. So we're down by 1 point. Somehow we get the ball back. I do the inbounds pass. I throw a perfect pass to Dick Garrett. Dick Garrett catches it. Boom. Bam, we win, we win. So, yeah, Joe Ingles, there was a better inbound pass.
And it was you.
Right, somebody got to get the ball in bounds, right? And, okay, let me get the call in then. Good morning.
Good morning, Keith. How are you? This is Angela.
Hey, Angela, how are you?
I'm blessed, and yourself?
I'm doing well.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. What is the topic that y'all speaking on this morning? Because y'all just been ratting off about a lot of this and that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just like to know, what are you speaking on today?
Well, right now we're in our what we like to call our everything and nothing segment.
Okay.
So you can talk about.
That's what basically you've been talking about, everything and nothing.
There you go.
All right. Well. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning, Mr. Devo.
Debo's somewhere around there, but good morning,
Angela. No. Wait a minute, man. Let her get to what she need to get to, man.
I didn't hear.
You be preempted.
Good morning, Mr. Ryder. How are you, sir?
Well, good morning, love.
How have you been?
I've been good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. You look so handsome that day. I think you.
Well, I appreciate it. My question to you, Angela, is you is, or is you ain't my baby?
I am.
Hey, Colt 45 loves you.
I'm the number one.
Colt 45
Red Roof Inn. And you can spend the night. Y'all get a room.
Billy D. Williams said.
How quickly she got to, hey, Keith, what you talking about? Nothing, okay. And Debo there, okay. Hey, Mr. Rideout.
Hey, you understand me.
And wait a minute. She called him Mr. Rideout.
Hey, when you put Mr. in
when you put Mr. on it, man.
Hey, man.
Dude.
You got to say it with your chest.
That's what it is, Mr. Rideout.
Yeah, we got children listening.
And Byron.
My little virgin ears here. Come on, y'all. Come on.
So, Keith, you said Palmer House?
In Chicago,
No, in Milwaukee.
we had a Palmer House.
Oh, you never know. Man, it was a big greenhouse. They called the Palmer House. It was so humongous.
Okay.
Back in the day when I was in the world.
Oh, up on Palmer
Right.
Street. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. Back in the day, man, that was a humongous house.
What was the spot over there across from was that Lapham? The Blue Spruce.
So wait,
Yep.
wait.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody knew that you could spend the night at the Blue Spruce.
so my question is, what was going on in the big greenhouse?
At the Palmer House,
Yeah, there was.
I
Going
think it's
on.
a historic. It's a historic.
everything that was going on, that's the Red Rooster and more. If a man, Mr. Rylau,
Uh-huh.
if a man had his mind right, that would have been a good house to make money out of if he had his mind right with the girls.
Oh.
Okay.
Because that's how big that house was. They had floors.
Oh, so Meech was in the house.
All right.
Meech.
Now, dude, why?
I would've whipped the shit out of him.
Why?
He would've
Because
been
I want him to call.
Why? No, why?
I want him to call today.
What this is Beetlejuice?
Mr. Rylau.
Don't say Beach Street time. We got a problem.
Don't mention him, because man, listen, I would have whooped the shit out of him and took his money.
Beetlejuice. Wait, did you just say?
I would have whooped the shit out of him.
Okay, all right, we gotta go on. See, that's what
Angela,
you
we
got.
love you. We'll call you tomorrow.
Yeah,
I know.
All right, love you there, baby.
Yikes. FCC regulation.
God, man.
Yikes.
See you.
I didn't do it.
It's your fault.
I think it is. Man.
It's your fault.
Beta, what you think, man? Did I do that?
Yeah, you did that.
Wait, that Paul.
Yeah, you did it. Yeah, you did it.
Oh, you know.
Let me shout out the good folks there at the new Pitts Mortuary. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Mr. Undertaker, man. Drive slow.
Let me do a shout out. I did get a chance yesterday after church to get over to historic Antioch Missionary Baptist Church, where my good friend, buddy, and twin, Pastor Victor Mans and Lady Lisa Mans celebrated their 9th year anniversary there at Antioch. Let me tell you, man, Reverend Pastor
That's awesome.
William Yancey Jr.
Yeah.
Oh man, he brought it yesterday.
Preacher machine, man.
Yeah, from leadership.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Preacher
So,
machine.
and you know, I go back with the Yanceys, man, more than 30 years. We used to play basketball together over at Cass Street. I didn't know who these dudes were, but I know they were brothers. And then when I got moved from the South Side back to 12th and Belee, the first appointment I made to supervisor was Russell Yancey. Pastor Russell Yancey was my guy. And it's 30 years. I was talking to G, and you know, he's just did his 30 year. Just did his 30 years, and I was telling him about the year 1995. Man, I got married in 1995.
Wow.
I got promoted to manager in 1995.
Wow.
I got sick as a dog in 1995.
Jesus.
I went to the Million Man March in
You had a
1995.
lot happening
Man,
in that year.
95 was that was a banging year, dude.
Man, I graduated from high school in 94.
Is that right?
Yeah.
1992.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. So when me and Garland was speaking, I was like, dude, yeah. He said, I'm gonna get you a T-shirt. Like, yeah, man, 1995. Man, it was. Woo. OJ got off.
Yeah, Doc,
In
I remember
1995?
watching- That's crazy. It sure was.
Yeah, it was quite a year.
Yeah, the
That's
white
what-
Cherokee.
No, Bronco.
Bronco, yeah, Bronco.
And the sales of Broncos went up.
Sure did.
That
I
was
remember
crazy. I remember that night. ESPN does that day
Yeah.
in 1994. It was Arnold Palmer's last time, I think, at the Masters.
The Masters, yeah.
And then you had,
That's crazy.
the Rangers ended up winning the Stanley Cup for the first time in years.
Yeah.
And then the OJ chase, because they cut in.
Yeah.
Who's New York playing? Was it It was
They
the
was
finals.
playing Chicago. Well, no,
Houston,
Houston.
right?
Yeah, Houston. Yeah, Houston. Because Houston won the championship 94, 95.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jordan came. Oh, Jordan came back that year.
Yeah, a lot happened.
Yeah, because I remember. Now, how do I know? I remember that me and my buddy, Bobby Crimes, Jackie Zeladon's dad, best man at my wedding, we went to get my wedding suit.
Wow.
We were at Neiman Marcus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We. Oh man, I never spent as much for a suit as I did on my. I guess I took that wedding day pretty serious. So go to Neiman Marcus, and we're there. And the brothers waiting on us, and we said, "Man, you heard Jordan's gonna come back." So that would have been late March. Yeah. And the rumors, and then he came back. That's right. Wow. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Hey, Keith.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, let me take you on speaker. I got a question. I got two questions for you, Minister.
Yes, sir.
The first one is, where is the verse in the good book that says we do not fight against flesh, but principalities in high places? Can you tell me what that is?
Yes, sir. And what's your second question as I look that up?
The second question is, one of the disciples said that Satan, his job is to steal, kill, and destroy.
Right. Oh, we're having prayer right now.
Father God, in your name.
Ephesians 6:12.
No, I'm serious because
hold on, I just gave it to you. Ephesians 6:12.
It's Ephesians.
Ephesians 6:12. Hold on.
Is the fight against principalities?
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness of the world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Yes, sir. And the second one, where I think one of the apostles was telling the people that Satan, his job is to steal, to kill, and destroy.
How you spell Satan?
S-A-T-A-N.
You tripping.
You want his other name? It's Lucifer. No, I can't spell that one.
Beelzebub. That's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
Okay, this is John 10:10. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I come that they may have life and have it to the full. And again, that must be NIV. The verse is often interpreted as scrimmage date. That whole thing, though, about wrestling, I don't know what, I'll have to go in and obviously do a little exegesis on this in terms of the context in which Paul was speaking about wrestling against principalities. I don't know if he was talking about the Roman government. I don't know if he was talking about Jewish religious leadership and the corruption in Jewish religious leadership. So that is, because that's one of those part of my liturgy in terms of being able to do some messages. And that was one of the ones, especially today. I wonder what is the role, and thank you for that, because I wonder what the role of the church is. That's why we did faith, justice, politics to talk about, does the faith-based community have a responsibility as it relates to social justice, and what does that look like in our current climate? Like, I am still boycotting Target in spite of what the convention that I'm a part of did. I am still boycotting. I'm still boycotting McDonald's. So
Walmart too.
Yeah, I never went to Walmart. I was through with Walmart with their union busting. So I have not. I think the last thing I bought at Walmart was a few years ago. I needed a fryer right away, chicken fryer, and I went over to Walmart. Turned out to be a real good little fryer too. But so I just wonder, man, when what was Paul talking about in terms of that?
You said the Roman government, those people were flesh, and he said we don't fight against flesh, but the principalities in high places. So I take that as to be evil spirits.
Yeah, but I don't know if Paul was oblivious to the political climate that was going on during that time. You know, Palestine was occupied by Rome, and Rome was a very brutal occupier, and a lot of that.
But how can Romans watch lions eat people out there in the Colosseum? That people are asking me a question that I used to ask myself a lot. How can human beings do what they do to others, like this guy did to Sade Robinson?
Oh man, the depravity of human beings, though, you cannot. I don't even know if there's a bottom when it comes to man's inhumanity to man. I mean, there is no bottom. People can do things that are incredibly inhuman to other human beings.
But how? Why?
Evil.
I mean, how?
Evil.
How can a one human being do
mental
something?
illness. It could be a lot of things, man.
Oh, okay.
And it was kind of interesting. I'm glad you brought that up because I got a little despondent yesterday because I don't know if we need to, or we should be careful that we do not eliminate hope. And I know as dire as things can be at times, if we just give up hope, I mean, I'm okay, man. Let me do this and we'll come back and we'll have that conversation unless you want to hold on.
Oh, no, I got to get to moving. Okay, but
all right,
thank
man.
you,
Appreciate
Keith.
you, man.
I appreciate it. All right.
You're listening to Community Voices Monday. Talk about everything and nothing. 414-444-5250. 414-444-5250. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Parris on WNOV 860 AM and 106.5 FM with your host, Keith Parris.
Welcome back to Community Voice. I guess if you heard that music, you would think my program had a real serious flow to it. It does not. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Keith,
Yes.
this is Angela again.
Hey, Angela.
My question is, like, the song that was just played, that you always play at the end, what is the name of that song?
Valdez in the Country.
Okay, because that song, it means so much to me. It touches me every time you play it, but I don't know how I can request one day that you play the whole song through for me, because that's the song that we played at my grandma's funeral. But that song I just love that song so much, and I just like to hear the whole thing through one day. So if you could oblige me with that one day, I would really appreciate it.
All right. I'll talk to the production staff and see what we can do. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Keith.
Did she use a big word?
She played at her mama's funeral.
No, she said oblige. Did she say oblige? Is that what she said?
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, all these big words.
Is there inappropriate songs for funerals?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Inappropriate songs, inappropriate sayings. Like people to get up at the
Don't
funeral.
you love when people get up and make up a song? You know, at first I thought Steve Harvey was exaggerating.
No, Doc. No.
I thought it was just comedic, but no, that's real life. People get up and you be going like, and then I know you're a musician. We talk about it all the time. You going, what the
dude?
What key? What?
I've seen people get up and stretch Amazing Grace out to 3 years.
You know, I think that's John Newton that wrote
Jesus.
Amazing. I don't think he had that in mind.
Yeah, man, they stretched that time.
And that we stuck on A.
Yeah, oh yeah. Amazing. By that time, I'm like, dude, finish it already, man. Yeah, amazing. Like Jesus. Man, you finish the song already, man.
Dude, that's why I love all African people.
Doc,
you're all over the world. I don't know whose idea it was, but and you know what? I guess in terms of gospel music, the definitive rendition is Aretha Franklin.
Oh.
And you know, from that album Amazing Grace, which is, you know, just you know, that is the biggest selling live gospel performance album of all time.
Wow. Yeah, man. Just having
know your history.
Bing bing. That's it. But,
man, I those notes, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
man, I wouldn't be surprised being at a funeral that you have a person that's laying up there that's ready to be laid to rest, and that song is going on. They just sit up like, dude, finish the song so they could put me in the ground, man.
Because you want to hear the bells ring at Graceland Cemetery.
Dang, right.
And you pull up.
Finish the song, man.
I was out there one time, and because I don't like riding the funeral.
Oh, yeah, the procession, yeah.
So I get out there, and it snowed that day, and my buddy, and I guess Northwest had 2 funerals.
Yeah.
And so we show up at the wrong one, burial. And I'm looking, I said, I don't remember any of these people at the funeral. There were a lot of people there, but I don't remember any of these people.
Oh, you was at the wrong one.
I was at the wrong one. And then I could see the procession that I was supposed to be part of. So it was me, my wife, the late Pastor Tommy Mims, Could have been one other person. So now we got to trek up this hill in the snow.
Oh my God!
In the snow. We got a little area over there. We had a young lady who used to work. She was a church clerk, but she also worked at Graceland. So we call it Metro Hill. There's so many people from Metropolitan buried on this little hill out there, Graceland Cemetery. But yeah, just I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm getting to the point where just sing the song, man.
Man, listen.
I be like Roberta Flack. Just sing the song.
I've
man.
been to that point, man. I'd be on the organ just holding that note like dun. Please, man. Hurry up, man. Like it's just
hurry up this way.
Man. Yeah, that's the stylistics, Doc.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom.
Call one to the program.
Good morning, WNOV. You all are the best, Mr. Rideout.
Hey.
All of you there.
Thank you.
Mr. Parris.
Yes, ma'am.
I just love you all. But Mr. Rideout, you know you're going to have to finish that song now.
Which one? Amazing Grace?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. Hold on. I'm going to finish it right for you.
You know why he can't finish it? Because he probably don't even remember half the words.
I know the
words.
word.
All stuck.
Hold on. Here we go. I'm going to do it for you.
Oh, no. Come on, man. This is for mama.
Woo! Yeah, you got to throw that woo in it.
It's when it get good to you.
Great. I'm feeling that thing now. Oh Lord, how sweet. Yeah. See, that's when you go Baptist. The sound.
Get coaching for me.
They went culture going on. Oh,
did you rest Allen? Did you just rest Allen?
Yeah, Doc. I went rest on it. Like me.
Oh, Lord. There you go.
Mother, I'm done now.
I appreciate that. Now, Mr. Rideout
Yes, ma'am.
and Mr. Debo, Mr. Rideout, please let me and the community know when you'll be performing again with Soul Serious.
Oh, I sure will. I'm most
And
definitely.
Mr. Debo, please let me and the community know when you're going to be performing.
Well, you know, this year I decided that Soul Series, you know, that we're going to do fights, we're going to do bar mitzvahs, so we're going to do it all. So I'll let you know. You know, street fights.
Because I'll be there.
All right.
I might be in the background, but I'll be there so I can hear.
That's it.
I love you all more than you know, and I'll be listening.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's a Donnie Hathaway song.
Yeah, more than you know.
More than you ever know.
Yeah. I like that song.
How about that, man?
Hey, Doc, I was feeling that thing.
Yeah,
for a
you
minute,
was, man. Yeah, you was.
Shit.
I left the offering at home.
Yeah, man. That thing.
I
got to
just
running
saw
through
this. I hadn't seen this in a while, man. Y'all remember back in the 90s when you got the preaching good and they come throw money on the
Oh,
altar?
yeah, Doc.
I hadn't seen that in a while.
Oh, they do
I
it
just
now.
saw it the other day. I don't know who I was watching, and yeah, they came and threw some money on the
Yeah,
altar.
Doc, make it rain.
We're not talking about William Murphy's church. Poor William Murphy the third.
Yeah,
The brother
Doc.
just trying to be relevant, y'all.
Yeah, Doc.
It is trying to be relevant. I mean,
Give it
and here's the amazing thing about people tripping on what they did at Watch Night. Because really, Watch Night is not even a religious holiday.
It's supposed to be, though.
No, it is. It's just some enslaved people did, man.
I know, but the church took it and put their spin on it. So they put the spin on it as
And guess
you
what
watch-
happened? The people that did it got old.
yeah.
So now Watch Night is at 2 PM.
Yeah,
They
and they go home at 7.
They don't want to be out after
They
dark,
don't want
right?
to be driving duck goose
They
and
don't
none
want
of
to
that.
hear the gunshots.
Yeah. Well, no, that's actually what they say. They say that we want to have the people home at least by 9, because then that's when all of the people that's
I don't
going
want to
out.
be that guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy. You get to where you want to get
Yeah.
in spite of the gunshots.
Yeah, that is true.
People's getting robbed down in Potawatomi.
Yeah.
They ain't hurt their business at all.
Yeah.
People still going.
You right.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Doc, you you right. You got a point.
We got 5. We got 5. Reverend. We got 5. Call, welcome to the program.
I don't know when my phone cut off,
Yo.
but my other question was, Mr. Keith Parris,
Yes.
do you know the scripture or the teaching in the Bible where it talks about living in the world in a paradise after the Great Tribulation?
Oh, boy.
If you can't answer that for me today, which I'm sure you can because you are the most and the best.
After the tribulation.
Yes.
Yeah.
The world is supposed to be a paradise on earth. If you can't answer that today,
well, I know that
I'll hang up and listen.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think that's when they
in Christian eschatology, that's end time study. The concept of paradise after tribulation refers to a future time of peace and prosperity on the earth.
Yeah.
Following the Great Tribulation, a period of intense suffering and hardship. The new era is often associated with the millennial kingdom, 1,000-year reign of Christ on earth.
Yeah.
During this time, believers who have remained faithful will experience a restored paradise characterized by the absence of suffering, death, and conflict, and the presence of God's love and peace. And of course, the tribulation, the rapture, the millennial kingdom. Let's see what it says about the rapture. According to some interpretations of the Bible, the rapture is a separate event where believers are taken up to be with Christ before the tribulation begins, or in some interpretations during it.
Mm-hmm.
Caller, welcome to the program.
So that means no what? I ain't even gonna open it. Yeah.
But until the rapture, everybody dies. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning, you guys. All of you guys.
Hey, I saw Velma Sunday.
Is she still here?
I don't know, but she was there Sunday.
I know she was here a week or so.
That's Picnic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was at church Sunday. Look good.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to call her.
Yeah. What's on your mind?
Thank you. That Amazing Grace. Listen, I was watching Beyond the Gates about 3 weeks ago. And this lady was singing, and I think I counted 13, 14 verses.
She made her own.
I did not know.
She did the album cut.
She made her own.
The 12 minutes.
She did the wheel-to-wheel version.
Really? I was like, where is she getting these words? I never heard.
Let's see how many verses.
No, I got to see how many verses.
Yeah, I got to see how many verses.
I mean, I think it's like 8 or 9 stanzas.
In Amazing Grace.
Through
Amazing Grace. Now I'm gonna tell you something, Ray. I used to hate Lift Every Voice and Sing because I just thought it was too many verses. But then I had this epiphany, this know your history at that Black History moment. And I was going like, oh, these are some powerful words. So now you're just proud. I'm proud, man.
Look, I can't.
There are 6 verses. 6 verses of Amazing, in Amazing Grace.
Yeah,
man, I think 6.
Yeah, only 6. I don't know where she found the other one. I'm gonna tell you another long song, the Mexican national anthem. I was at a Cinco de Mayo. And I thought Lift Every Voice and Sing was long. The Mexican, when they do the full version, you're like, dude, this is a long song.
Well, yeah, it's too many letters to say one word. So you got 39 letters to say, huh? Like what?
Obviously, you flunked Spanish in high school. That's all you took away from Spanish. Too many letters. Too many letters. Too many damn letters, man.
Too many letters to say what?
It's just too many letters.
Too many letters.
Yeah, so there's 6 verses to that song.
I could have swore it was 13 because I said, wait, now what? What is she?
She made her own.
Is she making this up?
Yeah. You know what? I was watching, kind of, this is not related to this. I was watching something, and Clifton Powell played a African, which was so interesting. Him being African, because I told y'all, saints and sinners saved my life. Right after the election, I started watching. So if I ever meet Clifton Powell, I gotta ask him, brother, how many times did you set that church on fire? Because he did it once when he was young.
And he went back.
And then he got home. And then he did it again. I'm like, dude, how many times you trying to burn that church down, man?
He wanted to get rid of that.
Oh my God. I got so addicted. Hey, right out. I got so addicted to that, man. I just bed watched because it was right after the election. I didn't watch any news. And I guess this came out in 2016. My goddaughter is like, yeah, Poppy, you know. I'm like, dude. But that dude tried to burn the church down 2 times.
Oh my God.
2 times. It's like, Lord.
Tears over.
Wait, why not just don't go there?
Yeah, no, they was trying to get the insurance. They're doing insurance fraud with the house of the Lord.
Oh my God.
Now I ain't saying that there ain't been some pastor out there. I was watching this thing called Smoke with what's her name? Journey Smollett. And I didn't realize this dude they said either he went over his miles in his lease or he was so far behind in car payments, so he decided to torch the car to get the insurance.
Oh wow.
You know, he used one of those logs that you put in the fire.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
As the accelerant.
Right.
But here's the thing. Now that log, because I use them, if you put it in the fire, you know, the fireplace, at some point it just burns up, right? But that wouldn't be the case here. So I'm going like, dude, they just got you for insurance fraud, because this one wasn't even an arson investigator. And she looked up under there and going like, well, I saw this log, and the dude said, yeah, what is it, Dura? I don't know what that is. Dura.
Dura.
Dura something, man. But yeah, man, the things that people do. But yeah, dude tried to burn the church. Oh, but you have a birthday? I had a birthday, my friend.
I did.
Happy belated birthday.
Well, thank you.
I you know, and Homer and Keon are not here anymore because, you know, we all cancers. And so then, as you know, I always, all the cancers that I know, shout out to Faith Colas, she just had a birthday, another cancer. Homer just had a birthday. Saturday was Keon's birthday. Your birthday was the
26th.
The 26th. Oh, your birthday was last Thursday. Okay. So shout out to everybody. Know this is my coworker, and the funniest thing was when we used to go eat. Now, if you know anything about cancers, you will know that cancers are creatures of habit.
Yes.
Right? We are Rain Man on steroids. Okay. I mean, any little thing, like with Keon, he have his little paper back there, and I just move it like 3 inches. Who been back here? So we go to order food.
Like Tyrone Hooper.
Tyrone.
Yes.
So we would go, like, if we went to Speed Queen, me and Gwen would sit there looking at the board and order the same thing we order every time we come up in it. Every time. I remember one time me and Bobby went to lunch over at this place, and whenever I went in, I ordered chicken wings and salad. I don't know what I was on that day, and I ordered something else. And she said, so chicken wings and salad? I said, no, I think I'm going to try something else today. Let's see. Yeah, no, let's do chicken wings and salad. I'm surprised I've ever been, because, you know, I don't know what it is about that. And people go like,
what cancers are the equalizers of the earth.
Yeah, because we're balanced, but we're also crabs.
We are balanced, and the rest of them are crazy.
Yeah.
And so we have to keep some sort of balance around here, because there's people like the ride outs and the
What's your birthday, Ryder?
August 10th.
Oh, he's a Leo. That's Blazy.
Yeah, you got some explaining to do.
That's Blazy, Lucy. Because I got him.
Over there,
you got Michelle, Lena.
Yeah.
There's a whole heap
all
of
those Leos.
Right.
Yep.
Somebody got to remain calm.
You know, but they said
It's over.
that we're like crabs. We walk sideways on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and then I think I was born pretty close to a full moon. Don't let a full moon come out on a Cancer because we're lunar. And that's where we get the word lunatic.
Oh, I could believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said that really people work the mental health would say that the mental health episodes go up during the full moon.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
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 Emergency room is crowded.
Full moon.
A whole bunch of
Oh man, I started growing hair.
Teen Wolf, huh?
Teen Wolf.
Turn to Teen Wolf.
Look, I just shut down. I don't want to talk.
I don't want to talk to you.
I may say something that's not nice. I don't want to talk.
Like I tell people, I'm not as saved as you want me to be.
Let a full moon.
There you go. Well, happy birthday, dear. You know I love
you.
you. Yeah, and I don't know how long Picnic is going to be here, but she was at church yesterday.
Yeah, let me call her and find out where she at.
All right.
All right.
All right. Then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You listen to Community Voice Caller. You can call back. We're going to grab you right after the break. We'll be right back.
Southside Community Voice on WNOV 860 AM and 106.5 FM with your host, Keith Parris.
You know, that's a woman playing the sax on there.
Is it?
Yep.
Man, she kill it.
Yeah, I know, man.
Jesus.
That one just, ooh, man. Again, let me thank the late, great Keon Jackson Malone for pulling up all those versions of Donny Hathaway's Valdez in the Country. Man, she killing. Caller, welcome to the program.
Hey, Keith, it's Angela again.
Hey, Angela.
So listen, happy belated birthday since you're cancer. And my little brother, may he rest in peace. His birthday was on the 18th. He's also was cancer. But me and Ryder, we birthday twins, so y'all need to ride up off those Leos and Miss Michelle because you know we rulers of the jungle. We run everything. So just slow your roll on the Leos.
Okay.
Because we got this.
All right.
All right?
All right.
So just take it easy on Mr. Ride Out.
All right.
Top-notch security on.
That's right, because that's why I'm his number one.
Yeah, that's right.
We share the same birthday.
That's right.
All right.
All right, now you have a good one.
Okay. Listen here, man. When security
Look, Lippy,
called,
I'm gonna be Hardy Har Har. Remember Lippy the Lion?
Lippy the Lion.
Yeah, the Hardy Har Har.
ha, ha.
Yeah, the laughing hyena who never laughed. Oh, those were great cartoons, man. That Hanna-Barbera, man. Ricochet Rabbit, Touche Turtle. Who was with Touche Turtle? Let's see, Ricochet Rabbit. Ricochet Rabbit was Dum Dum?
Dum
The dog? Dum Dum?
Hey, Dum Dum.
Dum Dum. It's kind of ironic. My first real love, her birthday is August 20th. I started at WNV on August 20th.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if that's an omen, but that's August. Wow. Wow, that's interesting. My first love was a Leo. That was quite a relationship. Caller, welcome to the program. Back down memory lane. Caller, welcome to the program.
Yes, I had a comment. I'm watching the Hanna-Barbera cartoons right now at the Toon Channel 49.5 in Racine.
Which cartoon you looking at?
I'm looking at Yogi Bear right now.
Okay.
But the varieties of Hanna-Barbera cartoons stay on for 2 hours.
Okay. Yeah, man.
All right, thank you. Bye.
I think, didn't they do, are the Flintstones
Hanna-Barbera? Yep.
And the Jetsons?
Yep.
Yeah, the Flintstones were based on the Honeymooners, that Jackie Gleason thing that was on in the 50s.
Wow.
And they based the Flintstones on the Honeymooners. The Jetsons is really interesting. I would tell people, you go back on the Cartoon Net, go back and look at some of those Jetsons and look at the technology then that was considered science fiction that we're doing now.
Right now. Yeah.
You know, I mean, that is, they say science fiction today, reality tomorrow, you know, but yeah, I can remember Touche Turtle. Hanna-Barbera. I think they also did Wacky Racers too.
Sure did. Wacky Racers.
Right. Yeah. Muttley.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would always say, listen to Muttley over there, and I do that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I loved cartoons when I was a kid, man. My mother wouldn't let us read comic books, but she had no prohibition on us watching cartoons. And I'm going to tell you, third Saturday in September, that was the day.
Yeah.
That was the day, man. I was hoping that we have some homogenized milk and some sugar frosted flakes or frosted flakes.
Yeah, frosted flakes.
Oh man, and sit there. Now I did 1 year where I did Captain Crack. You've had Captain Crack, right?
Captain Crack, yeah.
Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
So much sugar in Captain Crack.
Yeah.
And then the great thing about Captain Crack was you could drink the milk.
Yeah, and be good.
That milk be just as good as man. But people, that was the first cereal I remember people eating out the box without any milk.
Yeah, matter of fact, man, we used to take the Captain Crunch and put them in a sandwich bag and take them to school and eat it on the ride
Yeah.
to
I know the
school.
other was Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops.
Fruit
Yeah.
Loops. Yeah. People would do Fruit Loops in the bag.
Yeah,
And
Doc.
yeah. Okay. I don't know if there are any cancers out there. Certainly feel free to call in. We really want to celebrate cancers because we're just cancers. And I had a friend who knows me and Ray, and her comment used to be like, "You really need to go talk to someone."
Hmm.
And then, oh, Kennedy is a cancer. That's right. Kennedy just had a birthday last Wednesday. Happy birthday, Kennedy. She's a cancer. Her mom, Caitlin, is a cancer. My nephew, Brandon, is a cancer. My niece, Amaris, is a cancer. You know, we all get along real well, right? I mean, we all simpatico. You know, we just, yeah, it's, but you know what's the tough thing about being born in July? Not that we could have, your birthdays are in the summer, so you can't really invite your classmates if you have a birthday party.
Oh yeah.
Not that I
You're out
ever
of
had
school.
one. Yeah, you're out of school during the summer, and not that I ever had a birthday party.
Yeah.
Francine got them on the regular, but me and Gary, we didn't get birthday parties.
I mean, just imagine being born in August. Well, school is out for 2 months, so like, you know.
But guess what? If you were down south, you could be going back to school.
Yeah, we're soon, at the end of August.
Well, no, beginning of August. Because remember, it used to be the reason why that calendar was the way it was you went to school in August because October you're going to be out for the harvest.
But I remember coming up, school, what, because I used to go to Greenfield. I remember school used to start August 28th. And then you would go to school until Labor Day, and that would be your first, time away
And the
from
reason
school.
why we went back to, because schools were starting earlier,
Yeah.
went back was because at Labor Day for tourism is the last weekend that people are making money. So if
Yeah.
you're working in Lake Geneva, you're a high school student, right? So that Labor Day weekend. So now we're back to, I think it's post Labor Day.
Yeah, not yet. I think they start in September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever do summer school?
Yeah, I did summer school one time. It was at Garden Homes, and it was the worst experience
I
I've
went
ever
for
did.
one day.
I hated
I don't
summer
even know
school.
why I signed up. I didn't, because Sunday school, summer school was usually remedial.
Yeah.
Like people trying to get caught up.
Yeah.
And I went one time. And where was I? Marshall. I don't even know why I was signed up for summer school.
Yeah.
But and then there are no air conditioning
At all. It's hot.
It's
a
hot,
fool in
man.
there,
And
man.
then you're there half a day. Now you got to figure out what to do with the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Now, there are people who will enroll their kids in all these different activities during the summer because what happens is that there's this gap, right, in your learning. So you get up to June and then you don't start back to September. So you want to make sure. So, the God kids were all in geek camp or summer school. Kennedy is in geek camp right now. She's in STEM camp, so, all that you wanted to continue. Because, man, look, we just played. That's all we did. We just played, man. It was, we just played.
Yeah.
Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning, Heath.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Milton Greenhill calling in for the cancer.
What up, Milton?
Birthday tomorrow. Okay.
Your
man.
birthday's tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. All right. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Okay, now.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. And it's really funny how in our family, our birth order goes from the youngest to the oldest. My sister's in April, my brother's in June, I'm in July, and my mom is in August. But then, when we got married, the youngest got married first, then the middle, and then the oldest. I was the last one to get married.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Wow.
Yeah. Say it one more time.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's funny, it doesn't mean anything. I'm not a numerologist. There are a lot of people into the numbers, but I've always struggled with numbers, so I could never do numerology. It was never Oh, 13. What is 13? A transition? That 13 supposed to be transition?
Yeah, man, I got confused a long time.
What was 7's completion?
7 is completion.
I guess
think
because it's
8
7
is
days
a
of the
new
week.
beginning.
Yeah, because 7 days of the week. What up with your boy the Bees? I never liked that dude.
Man,
I never liked that dude. Just in case people don't know, Malik Beasley, who when he played for the Bucks, allegedly was
Point
betting
shaving.
on his game. Was he point shaving, man?
Pretty much. Yeah. Point shaving. Yeah. So, but he was in line to get a $42 million contract with Detroit.
He was.
Yeah. Now it's on hold.
He was.
Yeah, and I think it's really going to affect.
Because Major League Baseball has just removed the ban of Pete Rose.
But what it ain't gonna do him no good. He did.
Well, posthumously he should be in the Hall of Fame. Oh, and the Cobra, Dave Parker, passed this weekend.
Away.
He played for the Brewers,
and he was actually going into the Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah. He was good, man. That Pittsburgh Pirate team, though, with him and Willie Stargell, they were good before that when Roberto Clemente was there. Yeah, but that We Are Family was that 79, and that year, actually, the Orioles were supposed to be the best team in baseball, and so they were able to beat Cal Ripken and the boys. Yeah. That's when they came out. They started doing Sister Sledge, We Are Family. Yeah, just kind of watch that. Yeah, Dave Parker, man. Dave Parker was. First of all, I don't know what took so long for him to get in the Hall of Fame. I think he had 2 MVPs.
Your skin color.
No, I think it's that.
Think so?
No, I don't know what it was statistically. I'm gonna say this: Barry Bonds needs to be in the Hall of Fame. And if you got a problem with his, use of which was then not a banned substance, you have a problem with that, then take the San Francisco years off of the books. Just what he did. He won 3 MVPs when he was with the Pirates.
Yeah, man. But if you look at Barry Bonds now that he's not playing the game, you can tell he was on something because that cat.
Everybody was using though.
Yeah, that is true.
That's why I say and I use the term everybody I know. But when the majority of people are juicing, it's not cheating.
Because
you don't really have a competitive advantage if everybody else is using the same thing you're using.
Yeah, because man, that cat already got a 73-inch head.
Barry Bonds is one of the greatest players ever. I mean, with or without the steroids. And somebody pointed out steroids. So
I was about to go right there.
Steroids don't help you hit.
Right. Yeah, your eye-hand coordination.
That might help a little bit with power because but
you still got to see the ball and hit the ball.
And then the amazing thing was those guys that were setting the records, Mark McGwire,
Sammy
Sosa, who has anybody seen Sammy Sosa lately?
Yeah, that cat white.
Yeah, he white now.
Yeah.
But they were all juicing.
Yeah.
They was all juicing.
Roger Clemens?
Yeah, Roger Clemens. But he's one. And Roger Clemens, people hate him because he was Roger Clemens. A lot of people hate him because of his politics. But I just think, man, that if he did something that was illegal, then bam, you should. And then the people voting didn't play.
So I got a question for you, Keith. So with Roger Clemens, do you think he really played with that bloody sock?
Oh yeah.
So what was his? So he had surgery on his ankle or something that had happened?
Something like a stitch or something that had broke or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that he pitched. He pitched all 9 innings of bleed.
But wasn't nothing wrong with the arm.
Yeah, but if your ankle is messed up like that to the point that his sock was bleeding like that, you're not going to be able to get. Yep, Boston Red Sox. So you're not going to be able to get that, that push. You know what I mean?
And by the way, I hate the Red Sox.
Oh, I hate it.
I hate the Red Sox. I wonder how Nelly's show was. He played after the Brewers.
I heard somebody said, I heard it was. Oh, yeah. That's what I heard. I wasn't there, but.
Didn't he support Trump?
Yeah. Rumor has it. Rumor
I
has
don't know what these rappers, man, because I think Snoop was pretty
Snoop,
supportive.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne. Well, Lil Wayne is the call sir.
Man, that cat looked crazy.
Lil Wayne. Man, the Carter. All those albums were like fire, man. But you know what? There's people's politics, and then there's their art.
Yeah.
I guess you have to separate. The Diddy jury gets their instructions, so they will begin deliberation today. We'll see how long that takes. You know, from everything that they presented in the Diddy trial, I don't get that he was a racketeer.
Yeah.
I'm saying what he did, people might find offensive, but you know, those are adults.
And he's not on trial for that.
Well, but they
on-
brought it up as
I know that's what's crazy. He's not on trial.
yeah,
for
I mean the
sexual
fact
assault.
that he might be a misogynist and abusive and all those things, but you're right, he ain't on trial for that.
Right,
And
so-
it's
Yeah.
it gets into, but people certainly, here's the big word today, people like the salacious dip, you know, they because when the charges first happened, when the charges first, you know, when they were first announced and they started giving, you know, everything in the indictment, they started talking about all this baby oil. So what was people talking about? Baby oil.
Yeah.
Baby oil.
But they're trying to say that with the baby oil that it was something in the baby oil that would cause you to get drowsy.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
he
So
drugged
when
the
you put it
baby
on your
oil?
skin, when you put it
He's
on
a
your skin,
monster. He's a monster.
So that's what they're trying to say.
Oh man, look,
So
you know
they
what?
drugged him through the baby oil.
And I'm a libertarian when it comes to this. How you get your freak on as consenting adults is between you and your partners.
Yeah.
You know, I mean that's on you, man. I mean, we so into, but we like that, and we try to do it from this whole thing. At least I'm not Diddy. Who knows what you would do if you had that kind of money and power? You know, I mean, people always say, "Well, I'd never do because you ain't got no money."
Hold on, Jack. I'm gonna tell you this. I ain't gonna be sliding around in baby oil with money. I know that for sure. So that we can put a cap on.
So you use a different lubricant. But
Yeah,
the point
I know.
is, you can afford.
Yeah.
You know, and if anything, now let me make this little judgment. I think dude might need to go talk to somebody.
A whole bunch of people.
Because I think that there's obviously some things that that go on that wow. I think, yeah, he might want to talk to somebody. I'm sure he got time now to work it out.
Well, yeah, all the
Plenty
time.
of time on his hands.
Yeah, you know, he's sitting and thinking. I'm sure he really do need to talk to somebody, man, because from the stuff that has come out, that's evident of the stuff that he has done is very
Where's the
disturbing.
RICO? Where's the RICO?
The RICO is nowhere. Well, I guess they're trying to tie it in from the people that was working with him, who he was telling them to go get this and get
he
that.
might beat it.
But that's instructions. That's the, you know,
Yeah, but
that's
what
like
I'm
me
saying-
telling you to
yeah,
go
but
pick
I'm
up a
just saying
burger or
that
something.
RICO is what we use when you move in weight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
they try to
that-
get Young Thug with that.
Yeah, that's when we usually talk about RICO, that you got some real criminal enterprise. I don't know if freak off is a criminal enterprise.
And on top of that, they trying to tie him flying people from state to state, which is normal.
But he didn't force them. That's what the Mann
Exactly.
Act is supposed to be, that
What-
you force somebody to go across state lines for what they call it, immoral purposes. But if I freely get on the plane and you pay for the ticket, I'm these are consenting adults. This is not Robert Kelly.
Right.
Robert Kelly was dealing with people under 18. Big difference, man.
And the whole crazy thing, even about the Robert Kelly spill, when you got parents that's dropped. Now, me as a parent, I would never bring my young daughter to
How many of
an
those
older
people,
man's
how many
house.
people took their young sons over to Michael Jackson's Neverland?
A whole bunch of
Okay.
them. But that's what I'm saying. I would never do no stupid stuff like that. I don't care how famous you are. You still human. So,
Come on, little Jermaine, put on your
man,
red jacket.
man, please. Please.
Are you going to see Uncle Mike?
Yeah, I'm come here, Shimon. Nah, man, I'm cool. I'm cool. Jack. gonna have my kid over there.
Well, what people do for fame, man, and being around fame and the proximity to fame, and
So you pretty much willing to sell yourself, your kid, and everything else, just to say I was kicking it with such and such.
We don't even have to Google this one. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose their soul?
Yeah.
I mean, that's some truth.
Oh, it's truth all the way around.
I mean that, and then I think that people look for, because I was talking to someone one time, and they were having a lot of turnovers with their pastor, and he said, "Keith, what is it about that chair that makes these dudes go crazy?" I said, "Dude, I'm gonna be honest. They was crazy before they got in the chair.
Yeah.
The chair didn't help.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think those things that you have to work on, and like hubris. I always talk about the Roman general. He hired a man. His whole job, no matter how great the victories of that Roman general, when he would get the parade, because they throw you a parade. Yeah. They throw a parade, and this dude would be in the back of his chariot, and people are going crazy. And he would say, "You're just a man. You're just a man." But there are times that people get to the point where they think that they're more than they are.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of times, that's because of inadequacies. And what we then do is we overcompensate for our inadequacies. Now, dealing with the inadequacies sometimes can be very difficult. Any kind of healing, any kind of reparation can be a very difficult process. I think a lot of times we will self-medicate, and that ain't just talking about drugs and alcohol. We find a lot of ways to self-medicate. But at some point, Keith, you have to deal with those issues. And that's hard. It's hurt. It's painful. It's taking me to spots that I have buried. Yeah. And now I have to confront it. But healing is internal. Yeah. You start from the inside and you work your way out. And I heard people say that even though you might have scars are a sign of healing. Yeah. Right? And so that's the tough part when I'm really faced with me and have to face those things inside of me, knowing that I am not all that I could be. That could be very difficult. That not could be, it is. And so we find out a lot of different ways to kind of deal with it. But at some point, we're going to have to, for lack of words, we have to deal with them. 414-444-5250. We're going to take a break.
You know what, Keith? Before you
no,
take
that
break.
Wasn't Roger Clemens. That was Kurt Schilling. Thank you.
Oh, wait, that was Kurt that played with the bloody
Sox. Yeah.
Kurt. Yeah. Sure was. Okay.
Yeah.
Boston Red Sox.
Yep.
Yeah. That was a playoff series, World Series or something like that.
Yep. 2004.
Yeah.
Game 6. Yeah, Roger Clemens. What was he? The Rocket? What was his name?
It was the
Rocket or something. He had a great arm. But I was watching the end of the Brewers game last night, and the three relievers that I saw, they was all throwing over 100.
Man, listen, we got a young stud.
What's his name? Mr. Sowski.
Yeah, this cat.
Yeah, he good.
Man, I watched him, and I was like, I think I'm gonna go to the next game. And
win. Brewers ain't gonna keep him. He probably won't be with him next year.
Well, hopefully, because we had that other guy. What was his name? But then he got hurt, and he ended up coming back. Ben Sheets.
Yeah, Sheets.
Man, Ben Sheets was excellent, man.
Well, this guy, Mr. Skowski, beat Skeen the other night for
the
Reds. So.
Yeah, I mean, pitched a heck of a game in like 7.5 innings.
Those throwing 100 at the end of the game.
Yeah,
these relievers.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, man.
All right, you're listening to Community Voice. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back.
host, Keith Parris.
All right, welcome back to Community Voice. We have a few minutes left, and again, thank you, Craig. Yeah, it was Kurt Schilling. Roger Clemens is still not in the Hall of Fame, and when you look at his stats, I mean, this dude is Hall of Fame worthy, man. But he used steroids. Yeah, wow.
Like you said, who hasn't used steroids? Now, I think for a pitcher, you should hold a pitcher more accountable because with throwing the ball, you don't need hand-eye coordination. So you got power and you got speed.
Yeah, you got to direct the ball where you want it to go.
Yeah, but I mean that's just all in your hand positioning of the ball, the two fingers, the one finger, and all of that to put the spin on the ball. But for your power and your speed and your velocity, steroids really do help that. Compared to a hitter,
what steroid does is it allows people to work out and recover. I mean,
faster, yeah.
I mean, so that's part, or it helps healing, right?
Yeah.
If you have an injury, it helps healing because I don't know if people have ever dealt with rotator cuffs, but they'll give you a steroid, right? You take a shot. I don't know. I think that these guys who are purists when it comes to these baseball writers are, how they think the game, and they have this romanticized sense of what the game of baseball is. I was really trying to get into Field of Dreams. I didn't quite understand it. I know when I first saw it, I still didn't understand it. Just watched it the other day. And the fascinating thing was, I don't know, because the players that you had coming back were the players who played prior to 1946 or 48 when Jackie Robinson, broke the color line. So I don't know how to feel about baseball prior to that when you actively banned black players. It's like jockeys. When horse racing first started, the great jockeys were black.
Yeah.
And if you see a black jockey now you see like the groomsmen are black, right? But in terms of black jockeys, you don't see it anymore. I don't know. I think Roger Clemens, I think Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. I think Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. But again, when people have some of these so-called artificial, you were cheating. It's like if I go to the University of Alabama as opposed to going to, I want to pick an HBCU, so let me pick another small, Murray State in Kentucky. Do I have an unfair competitive advantage when I look at the training facilities that they have at Alabama?
Yeah.
I look at the training staff.
Yeah.
They put me in a dorm where I'm in the athletic dorm, which means that my whole diet, is giving me the things I need to do to be the best or perform at the optimum peak. I think America, sometimes we just deceive ourselves. This whole idea of fairness and the American way, and what did Hulk Hogan say? Say your prayers, take your vitamins, and his vitamins were steroids. And you'll be okay. Or if you work hard in America, you can succeed. Maybe not. A whole lot of people working hard in America and they're not succeeding. And then, as life has it, there's some people who ain't working hard at all, and they're doing, it seems like, very well. So I don't know. Yeah, but Roger Clemens, he definitely should be in the Hall of Fame. Again, I ain't down with his politics, but he was the Rocket. Oh, plus he played for the Yankees. That's what I liked him when he played for the Yankees. I'm a big Yankees fan.
I hate the Yankees.
Is that right?
Cause man, the Yankees remind me of the big bully. They got all the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Red Sox. Those are the three teams in Houston.
Yeah, but they're also teams that have a lot of money.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
that you can go out and you can buy the talent that you need. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna win.
Yeah, but you got 93 good players on your team, and you got a small market team like Kansas or like the Brewers with like 15 good players.
Cincinnati,
Cincinnati, yeah,
Minnesota.
like come on, man, like man, I think even though it's 162 games, it's 162 games. I just think baseball would be more interesting if you got those type of players spread out amongst the league, compared to, kind of like on the NBA, if you had a full roster of all-stars.
Argument we were having on Friday, about, I heard my old school guys say that there's stuff that the younger players don't do. And immediately when I first started coaching, I bought John Wooden's book on modern basketball. One of the things that was real interesting, based on how I have been trained to play basketball, we were taught to block out.
Yeah.
John Wooden didn't teach his players to block out.
To box out.
He never taught them how to block out. That wasn't part of what they did. Now, why do we have to box out? Usually you box out because that person that you're boxing out either has a height advantage or has an athletic advantage, and you're trying to minimize it. But when you have, I guess in Wooden's mind, the same athletic ability as somebody else, y'all compete for the rebound. I don't know where he got that from. And again, who's to say, I was undersized in high school, so I would play forward, and I'm playing against guys who are 6'6", 6'7".
Oh, yeah.
So all I can do is try to use whatever advantage I had, and if I could block them out, that might work. But there's a great picture in our yearbook. I don't know if that was my senior year, where I blocked out, but dude is all over me.
See, but you know what? But if you box him out, before he get to that corner box or to that I forgot what the dot is before the free throw line, then you would have a better advantage being a smaller player, because now he's going to jump over your back, which is going to cause
just move you out the way because he's stronger than you.
Well, yeah.
Because that we were taught the best rebound should hit the ground.
Yeah.
Everybody, if you boxed out,
yeah.
Where other people are saying go for the ball, go for the. So in the pros, they don't teach you to block out. In the pros, they teach you go for the ball.
And don't nobody
compete for the rebound. Right? Nobody blocks out. Every now and then you'll see a play where somebody, obviously they got caught in the post, and it's a smaller player, and trying to minimize a superior advantage that somebody might have because of size or ability. But yeah, I mean, so I don't know. I mean, when I think it really depends on because I think we don't put enough credence in basketball IQ.
Yeah, man. I mean, you see a lot of dumb plays,
right? Because people don't always have. Giannis is a great talent, but he doesn't always have the greatest basketball IQ. And I think he's developing that.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about my former teammate, Victor Herc Jones. I've watched a lot of basketball. I never played with anybody who had the basketball IQ Herc had. Herc's basketball IQ was just incredible. Somebody else, Bailu, Willie Mitchell. I mean, like basketball IQ, that's more than what you can do.
Yeah, it's
It's
seeing the
how you
floor.
that game. You see in the game. You 2-3 steps ahead. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, their LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, their basketball IQ was just because it's just more than your physical ability. It's how you
see the floor.
And there's the metaphor for life. That is more than what I physically can bring to it. Is really understanding. You know this as a musician, that there's certain musicians have this IQ where they can hear things, kind of get a sense of where things are going. So I really admire. That's why I like the WNBA so much, because women have to play more on their basketball IQ than they do on their physical ability, right? Because you have some things like Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders considered one of the greatest cornerbacks ever to play the game. But if you teaching technique, you wouldn't teach Deion, because Deion had this incredible speed when he made mistakes. He could make up
for it.
But if you just an average DB, technique then becomes real important. Body leverage, making sure they don't cross your face, all those things, because you don't have Deion Sanders' talent.
You're right.
I mean that because I watched him, especially I used to love watching him and Andre Rison, because I don't know how they boys, but then they just fall out.
They go at it.
They go at it, man. I mean, and Andre Rison, made Deion become more physical because Deion wasn't tackling. Everybody talk about his son Shiloh was a bigger hitter. Well, he's playing safety too.
Yeah,
he was a bigger hitter because that was Shiloh's problem. Shiloh wanted to put the big hit on you, and he'd always wrap you up.
Yeah,
and so depending, you hitting a wide receiver, 6'3", 225, solid. Yes, you if you don't wrap him up,
I holler though. He running right over you.
Oh man, you making what was that when Derrick Henry runs and you see people going towards his feet?
Yeah.
They say they just made a business decision.
Yeah.
I double dog dare you. Try to take him head on.
Man, in the cold too?
Dude,
man, I'm cool.
Man, yeah.
You can have that one.
What was the dude? I don't know his name. He played with the Vikings and they were in the playoff games against New Orleans. And he whiffed that tackle with dude jumped and he wasn't even trying to tackle. I don't know what his mind was.
He didn't want to get hit.
Yeah, man. And boom, it was like, and I think that game was one of the games they ended up changing the overtime rules because of that game. But yeah, he was. Look, man, I play football. I watch a lot of football. Sometimes, as they say, you making a business decision. You need to get out the way. Now, you could be Jack Tatum in that collision with Earl Campbell. And after that, neither one of them was ever straight after that.
Man, listen.
That was a hit where, and anybody remember Earl Campbell, the way Earl Campbell ran?
Yeah.
It wasn't no east-west. It's north-south. He running over you. He wasn't elusive. I dare you to tackle him, though.
Man, that's like playing with a quarterback that would send his wide receiver over the middle in the slant. You ending your wide receiver's life. Like Randall Cobb's, he should have got paid more. Antonio Freeman. They should have got paid way more money than what they got paid.
Took a hit, and I knew he was dead.
Yeah, we was dead from watching him.
But I knew he was dead. And Brett Favre laid him out. Yeah, man, and that's the thing when you come, because they're telling you come across the middle, man. And look, that's all linebackers do.
Man, they waiting for
you in my house.
Man, they licking their chops.
Oh
man.
my God! And here you come across the middle. So you admire those people who can do it. But I mean, knowing your craft becomes so important. I think I've learned this little lesson in life that if I can learn my craft, I watch talkers.
Yeah.
Because, that's my craft.
Yeah.
And you watch other people and you learn from other people. And dare I say, you steal from other people.
Yeah.
Especially people that are good at what they do. Yeah. Man, you got to get nothing. And being a hater, that can be pretty difficult.
Speaking of hate, Keith, I just want to say this before you get off. I noticed today, for my first time, I believe a history moment has been made in the studio. Every single clock is the same in the building. Well, in here.
Yep. But here's the thing. Oh, yeah, they're straight now.
Yeah.
There you go. Boom. Yeah. Well, thank Debo. Debo was syncing.
Man, about time he did something around.
He was syncing the clocks. Let me thank Debo. Byron, thank you, man. Jermaine, thank you. Callers, we thank you. The good Lord willing, Creek don't rise. Hope to talk to everybody tomorrow. And as always, go from this place in peace.